with the grain. With the grain. You see what I'm doing here? Find the board within the tree.
This clip single-handedly sold me on the idea to make a surfboard. Growing up in Connecticut, I never thought that surfing was really possible. After graduating high school, I went surfing for the first time, and I fell in love. Flash forward about 4 years, and I'm gonna make my first surfboard. So what is a surfboard made of anyway? After my YouTube deep dive on the subject, I figured I would first carve a piece of foam into my desired shape. Next, I would encase that foam in fiberglass resin to seal it. Sounded simple enough at the time, so I went to my local surf shop and got started. Got my first foam blank.
Think about it. Work it out. Think about it. Work it out. Think about it. Work it out. Think about it. If you don't know, act like you know. Act like you know. If you don't know, act like you know. That's what my granny said. She told me. Work it out. Think about it. Work it out. Think about it. Act like you know. Act new. Don't act brand spanking new. Act new. Act like you don't act new. Work it out. Think about it. Work it out. Think about it. Be like this ain't my first rodeo. Be like this ain't my first rodeo. Think about it. Act like hit that on the head, y'all. Hit that. Act like. Work it out.
My name is Adam Quinn. I'm 33 years old. I'm born and raised here in Gloucester, Mass. Once I started surfing, naturally I was like, what goes into making a surfboard? And I really want to be a part of that process. So when we were living in the Canary Islands, we lived right next door to a shaping factory, and could always hear the planers going and smell the resin. I was like, damn, I just got to go down there and knock on their door and see if I can watch for a little bit. And I did. I went down. Timmy Patterson from California was in there shaping, and he just let me watch for like a couple hours and see the whole process. And then after that, I was like, I gotta get a blank and just like go after it. I mean, for shaping this thing in your back hallway, it's pretty awesome. Yeah,
Thanks.
I'm impressed. Yeah. So when I first started making boards too, I was like, I want boards that'll float me.
Yeah.
Because I weigh like 190 pounds.
Yeah.
Especially with like, 15 pounds of rubber on.
Yeah.
So I was making these like chunky boards, like super chunky boards, and like I didn't really know how to properly do rails either yet at that point.
Yeah.
But like the way you've kind of like stepped your rails, so you have like all this mass and foam in the middle, but then you step them down to the rails, which is super nice. My first like 7 boards. We're all just freehand templates.
Wow. That's,
But I took like
that was the biggest thing I was worried about. Was like,
Yeah.
I don't know which one to choose. I don't know how to make one. I don't know how wide to make it. I just kind of like guessed.
Right, yeah, you basically only know what you know. So it's like if you've held boards that you really like, or if you've seen boards like I love that template. But like when we were in the Canaries, I didn't have access to like a printer. So I took a refrigerator cardboard box and I flattened it out. And then I just stood over it and I made a stringer line and I drew 1/2 and I was like, no, that sucks. And then I just kept drawing until I got like half a board that I really liked. And then I cut that out and then just replicated it on the other side.
So would you like recommend that people do that as like a learning process? I guess like to an extent it's like, you know, you can seek out professionals and people that like have been doing it for a while, like yourself.
Yeah,
Like I was
yeah.
stoked to like come in here and like actually learn a bunch.
Yeah.
As much as I was to like do the documentaries, like to really learn.
Right,
Because
right.
I do love surfboards and want to shape more surfboards.
So it's a tricky balance. It's kind of like surfing as a whole. Like people are a little more
Yeah.
secretive. They hold things tight to
Yeah.
themselves. They don't want to share it with like surf spots. And
Yeah.
Same kind of goes with surf shaping, like
Okay.
shaping boards.
Yeah.
Like I found it hard to access, you know, templates, guides, like how-tos.
Yeah.
Now with like Instagram and you know, sway locks, forums like that online, there's a lot of information out there now, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But when I started, like, yeah, I would suggest just go for it.
Okay, yeah.
But-
like you think that process is part of what?
Yeah, or pick a board you love.
Yeah.
Pick a board you love,
Yeah.
and if you have access to it, just trace it. Like when you ride this thing, you're gonna be like, whoa, this thing's got some serious float.
Yeah.
Because you don't realize it.
I don't have like a
Yeah,
something
like
to measure
these
it to, so
guys.
I was like,
Do you know what thickness it's at?
yeah, let's find
let's
out.
check it out.
I really have no clue.
Let's see. Yeah, dude, you're at 3 1/4. Longer boards, you have all the surface area. You don't have to necessarily have the board be so thick to get that volume that you need to catch waves early, you know, to make flat sections.
Yeah.
Where you have like, you know, all this length and you got a good amount of width. Like you have so much surface area that the foam in the middle, being like as chunky as it is, might actually be counterintuitive because instead of it like gripping and flowing in the wave, it might be pushing you away from the wave. Yeah, it's like the standard is like single to double.
Yeah.
Like that's what most short boards will have. A lot of like middies will have like
Yeah.
a single to a V.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it all depends really on what board or what you're trying to get the board to do, because each concave serves a very different purpose.
Yeah.
But all for the purpose of planing and lift.
Okay.
So like if you have single through the middle, you know, that's going to give you lift, if that makes sense, because
Okay.
you have this center of your board scooped out, and the rails on the outside they're higher.
Okay.
So as water passes over that, it's going to hit these higher points and it's going to lift the board up, and it's going to create almost like a turbulent, like air pocket underneath the
Interesting.
board. Yeah. So
Okay.
like the purpose of single concave, double concave is one for lift and glide. So like you have a decent amount of single. You can see that.
Yeah.
See a decent amount of single through there, and it gets a little deeper there, and it stays pretty much all the way through single. I would say you could get away with less single than that.
Okay.
Like through the middle, I would maybe even take out like 1/8 of an inch of that, and the way you do that is by lowering your rails.
Okay.
On this side.
Yeah.
And then I find with twins, like if you have too much concave,
Yeah.
like if you have too much single that runs through, you have so much lift.
Yeah.
That when you're surfing, you're hitting every little piece of chop on the water.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna feel like you're on a bucking bronco.
Okay.
So you'll have speed, but it'll feel out of control.
Yeah,
Like you won't
that
feel
makes
like
sense.
your board's able to really react to the wave. Like you're just reacting to every bump. I guess first thing, do you want to take some chunk out of this too?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right. So.
I'm your mama, I'm your daddy, I'm that nigga in the alley. I'm your doctor when you need, want some coke, have some weed. You know me, I'm your friend, your main boy, thick and thin. I'm your pusher man.
problem is I can't glass in New Haven at my apartment because I'm gonna give all my roommates cancer. But
we could put the plastic right over the rails. So you just go up and over that rail, down this side, up and over that rail, down this side. It's only half as much. 10 by 25 times 2, with only 50 feet. That's a better deal, you get 100 feet.
what's next? Oh, nice one.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Gonna pull the garage door plug out and make sure that one of our family doesn't open the garage door. That would be bad. I feel better now.
You think I'm dead, but I sail away. On the wave
I think it came out really good. I think I'm gonna have to take this sweatshirt off. It's hot in here. Too much wattage from 3 different heaters being plugged in, and it blew the circuit and melted the extension cord into the plug. So
walk the sand without crustaceans. Could find my way to Mariana. On a wave of mutilation, 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 wave of mutilation,
This is a massive feat of engineering. We got these fin box things from Greenlight. Little guides, you know, future fin boxes. You know, I should have bought a router. My dad had this old router. So I took the base plate, duct taped it. I did a test run. It worked. So I'm gonna send it on the real board. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Now we take this out. gotta let the board harden overnight. Glasgow, it's... No. Well, something not so great happened. Oh, last night I did the hot coat on the top side, and I thought you only had to add surfacing agent. I didn't think you had to add freaking MEKP too. So I woke up and it did not harden. Adam says you gotta wipe it all off and do it again, so fuck.
I just got out of the water, my leash broke. Show you the leash damage. Yep, broke right off the leash string, and the board took some reconstruction.
So there's an incoming swell from some Florida storms, I think. But the problem is, the board is still dinged. I haven't fixed it, so I got about 24 hours and not a lot of free time to make this board rideable again so I can surf. So we took apart all of the stuff in the garage, the shaping little or glassing area. So now I have to fix it in the fort because I need the temperature to be a little warmer. So this is the fort I used to use when I was younger a bunch. And I guess now it's gonna become my little shaping area.
It's pretty crazy to see my childhood treehouse turn into a mini surfing area. Maybe